Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to talk about packing lunches, and I'm going to share with you the food storage container, bento box type thing that I use to pack our lunches. So last year was our first year of homeschooling, and I knew that with myself and 2 kids that were eating at the time, my youngest was still mostly just nursing, but I knew that we needed some sort of system for packing our lunches, because when we would go out to picnics and play dates and that kind of stuff, and I would pack lunches, it was like a million tiny Ziploc baggies or like a ton of little bitty containers just all over the place. And I was like, well, now that I know we're going to very consistently every single week need to pack a lunch at least once for our weekly meeting, and then more for when we do field trips and that kind of stuff, I wanted to find something that would be more streamlined. And so I started researching, and I really love the idea of a bento box. And if you're not familiar with that, it's just like one container that has a bunch of smaller compartments inside that you put all the food in, so that you don't have a ton of little bitty containers. So I did a bunch of research and I looked around, and I had a hard time finding one that I liked. There were several that are very popular that looked so small, and my kids are huge eaters. And so, I would see all these videos, and they would have like half of a sandwich cut into cute little squares, and like 3 carrot sticks and a tiny sprinkle of crackers or whatever. And I was just like, that would not be enough for my kids. I need something that can hold a substantial amount. And then the other thing I ran into was the price. I found some that I liked that were stainless steel, and they seemed like they would be a good option, but they were very expensive for one. I don't remember, maybe like $25, $30 for one. And I need to get 3 last year. And then I knew once my youngest would get older, I would need 4 eventually, 1 for me and 1 for each of the kids. So I was like, well, until I know that I actually really like the bento setup, I don't want to invest a bunch of money. So what I ended up finding, all that to say, what I found was these Sistema brand containers. They are found at Target, at Walmart, Kroger sometimes has them. They're on Amazon, which I'll link to below so that you can find them on Amazon. But this is what I ended up getting, and I'm going to show you the inside of it in a minute. But it is really big. It holds plenty of food, and so I really like that. I don't love that it's plastic. When possible, I prefer not to use plastic, but in this case, these were like less than $10 each, and I felt better about buying 3 of those to try out than buying 3 $30 ones to try out when I wasn't sure how I was gonna like them. So we used this all last year until quarantine, when everything shut down, and it was okay. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you all the compartments, and I'll share more of the things that I like and don't like when I do that. But it is a great system. I just don't like the cleanup, because while it is technically dishwasherable, it takes up like a huge amount of space in the dishwasher. And so we would get home, and I would empty everybody's, and I would put them in the top rack of the dishwasher, and you couldn't even fit all 3 of them in there. And then, you have to run it and then do it again. Honestly, I just found myself hand washing them, because that was a lot quicker than waiting for the dishwasher. And I don't like to hand wash stuff, so that was a little bit annoying. But otherwise, other than the washing situation, they were great. So let's turn around and look at them. All right, so here is one of them, and unclip the top. What I liked the most about this is that you had a variety of configurations for it. So I can lift this little container out. So there's this shallow container here that sits, you see how it only goes down part of the way. So I can put things in the top and things in the bottom, or I can take this out and just have like a really deep one for a salad, for instance. There's also this little cup that comes with it that you can use like for salad dressing, or like liquidy fruit you don't want to go everywhere, or you can leave that at home. There's also one of these little shallow things that can go in either one of these compartments, and you can have stuff in the top, stuff in the bottom, or you can leave that at home. I also like that you can move them over here while you're eating. Okay, so my kids are 6 and 4 when we started homeschooling last year, 5 and 3. So when we would sit down to eat, I would need to help them with stuff. And so it was so easy for me to we each had our own color, and we would sit down, I'd open it up, I'd pick up their two little, these right here, and I would move them to the back, and then I would open this if I needed to. Whoops, sorry. I would open this if I needed to, and set that there. And then all their stuff is accessible. They can reach it, get everybody set up. Then I would sit down, feed myself, feed the baby, and we were good to go. So it has been amazing. So I'm gonna show you just like a quick example of what all you can put in there. This is nap time. We've already eaten, so I'm not gonna like make a full sandwich or anything, but I'll just grab some stuff and show you what all you can fit in here, okay? All right, so like I mentioned earlier, finding one that could fit a whole sandwich was a big deal. Now, like I said, it's not mealtime, so I didn't fix a sandwich. We're gonna pretend these two slices of bread are a sandwich. So you can see, you can easily fit a whole sandwich in this top compartment, and because it has a dome on it, it's not gonna hit the top. I mean, if you made a humongous sandwich, it might, but for a kid-sized sandwich, it's plenty. And there's even actually room at the top. You could fit your granola bar right there, and if you needed extra space for stuff. So sandwich, granola bar, we'll pretend that there's ranch dressing in there, okay? We're just gonna pretend. Pour some cherry tomatoes there in the top, and this orange does not fit with the tomatoes on the top, like it's gonna squish down. But if you peel the orange, which I'm not gonna do, but if you peel the orange, you could fit all the orange slices down in there, the cherry tomatoes on top, your ranch, your sandwich, and your granola bar, and then there's still room, I don't want to tip everything over, in the bottom. And like I said, we're just doing an example here, so I didn't get a full thing, but you could put chips, you could put cheese sticks, you could put whatever you want to do down in the bottom, and there's plenty of space. I've just been thrilled with how much these hold and how I'm able to get a variety of food for each of my kids in these. Now, sometimes if I don't want a sandwich, I will fill this side with salad, and it holds a really big, good sized salad. And so I'll put my salad on this side and my dressing on this side, and then I can use this little compartment for some fruit or cheese or whatever, like side item that I don't want to put in the salad, right? So it's awesome. Okay, and then one last thing is how I transport them. So I have this cooler bag from 31. I've had it for years, so I don't know if they still sell it or not, but it perfectly fits 3 containers in there, which is exactly what we need right now. I put an ice pack in the bottom, which I don't have in there right now, so it looks like there's a ton of room at the top. Usually there's not quite as much room because I put an ice pack in the bottom, but there's still a little bit of room on the top, so I can throw a few more things in there on the top. I put like some napkins and utensils in the front, and then I zip it up. It has a little strap, and we're good to go. And I have all of our lunches in the containers right here. It's easy. They carry their water bottles in their backpacks, so they keep that separate. But then when it's lunchtime, I just pull this out. Everybody opens up their container. Everybody eats. Trash gets thrown away. Any leftovers just get closed back up in the container, and in we go. And we have eliminated the 8 million tiny Ziploc bags. So overall, I absolutely love these containers. I love the versatility. I love that it cuts down on a lot of work for me. I pack them as much as I can the night before and stick them in the fridge. And then if there's anything like making a sandwich that I don't want to get soggy, or heating up some soup if I'm taking a thermos along with it, then I'll do that the morning up. But everything else gets packed the night before, and these get stuck in the fridge so I can just grab them and go. So my biggest complaint is washing them. I don't like having to wash them, but I just do it once a week usually, so not too big of a deal. So anyway, I hope that helps if you are looking for bento box options for lunch. All right, bye guys.